Hello again, everybody. It's Comic Book Hangover, and here's kind of a bonus video for the weekend. As you can see, I got my new Marvelous box. It is that time of the year again. We've gone through a couple of months, so now I get a Marvelous box. It actually wasn't set to arrive until early next week. This is Saturday as I'm recording this, and it wasn't supposed to arrive till like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. It arrived early, and I'm okay with that. It's always nice to have those big boxes in my mailbox on the side of the house. It's awesome. So, the Marvelous box. If you haven't watched one of my videos before, and I'll have I'll be linking to my other Marvelous box videos here at the end of this one. But the Marvelous box is from the M6P. Their website, their social media, YouTube, and all they do is talk about Marvel. It's Marvel Comics, the MCU, anything that's Marvel goodness. These guys are going to talk about it, and it's a great group of guys. Just some amazing, really nice, friendly, welcoming people are part of this group, I guess you could call them. I've known a couple of them for a couple of years now, actually quite a few years. Jared Mayo and the Andy Kirby. I've known them for quite some time. We actually met when I was writing for a website, a comic book website. They were writing for it as well. They actually gave me kind of my first experience in doing a podcast, which is kind of cool. But since we met on that website, I mean, they're the only ones that I still interact with, and since I left the website, which I'm not going to name here because it's not worth it really. But Jared, I've actually got to meet him a couple of times. He's met my little boy. He's met my wife. He's a really cool guy. But anyway, they do this Marvelous box. It's a quarterly box. It's basically like $25-$30. I think about $30 when you get the shipping and handling in there. And it's just a box of Marvel goodness. It's Marvel trade paperbacks. I've gotten trade paperbacks, graphic novels. I've gotten hardcovers from them, some Doctor Strange hardcovers. There's behind my Cannibal Women DVD case, there's some Epic collections. Those are pretty pricey. Those I got all from the Marvelous box. I got quite a few of my... not quite a few, but I got a good number of my essentials through the Marvelous box. So it's a blind box, as you'll see from the books that I got this time around, and it's a good way to really expand your Marvel trade collection and sort of also expand your Marvel reading as well. There's books that I've gotten through there that like the Human Torch series. Where's that at? Yeah, right here. Oops. This one here. When this series was coming out in the individual comic books, I flipped through it, and the art on the inside was just, it's just like the art on the outside. It's just like on the cover. To me, it was more like graffiti than comic book art, so I put it down. I like the Human Torch, but I had no interest in getting this book at all. Then I got this as part of the Marvelous box, and it collects the 12-issue run from for the Human Torch, and I enjoyed it. I started reading it and just didn't put it down until it was done. So it's a good way to sort of kind of dip your toe into books, into series, into events, and all past and present of Marvel that you may not normally be interested in doing. And if you don't like what you get, I mean, it's pretty, like I said, it's about a $30 box, all in. It's not that it wouldn't be that difficult, I guess I'm saying, is what I'm trying to say is it's not that difficult to pay them forward. There's been a couple of books that I've gotten, and I've read them, enjoyed the hell out of them, and I've had other friends that wanted to check them out. It's like, okay, here you go, check it out, and some I get back, some I don't, but as long as somebody's enjoying them, and I've had my chance to enjoy them, then I'm okay with that. As long as whoever has them is going to enjoy the hell out of them, I'm okay with that. So this box here is pretty typical. You get 4 books. I didn't get any hardcovers. I didn't get any Epic editions, and that's totally fine because always get a nice selection of books. So here's what I got in this edition, installment, or whatever, this delivery of the Marvelous box. First up, top of the stack is Thanos, number 1. This reprints the first 6 issues of Thanos from the 2016 series. I think this is actually the series that Donny Cates took over later on and wound up introducing that Cosmic Ghost Rider character. But this has always been one of my favorite covers for Thanos. Actually, I think I have this on a poster somewhere around here. I got a box over here of posters that I put in these. If you can see my Marvel Zombies posters here, I always get these giant plastic top loaders for these posters, and I think I've got Thanos in one of those. And actually, those top loaders are pretty cool. Sidebar here. You can put 2 posters in one of those. And I always like to put them back to back and just kind of flip them around and move them around as time goes on. But Thanos, this is Volume 1. Yep, issues 1 through 6 by Jeff Lemire, Mike Deodato Jr., and Frank Martin from 2016. This has a cover price of $17.99. Next one, the next one that I had in the box, I thought I already had it, and I gotta tell you that doesn't happen a whole lot. And I've been doing the Marvelous box for about 5-6 years now, and I've never gotten duplicate books. They do a real good job of making sure you're not going to get a duplicate book. But sometimes, especially if you have a sizable collection of trade paperbacks, you're going to get something you already got. That's fine. You could just pay it forward. But I thought I already had this one. This is Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Reading the back here, collects Amazing Spider-Man number 546 to 551, the Swing Shift one-shot, and the material from the Venom Super Special. This also has the first appearance of Jackpot in it, and I've got the individual issues. This is one of those stories I've been wanting to reread, so it's really cool that I have it. But as it turns out, I don't have this already. What I already have is One More Day. So now I have One More Day and Brand New Day, beginning my favorite era in Spider-Man. I know a lot of people did not like One More Day, but I did. I like the idea of of dissolving the marriage of Peter Parker and Mary Jane. It never made sense to me why they were married, and I know I'm in the minority here, but I never liked Mary Jane. I always thought she's kind of an annoying character. She's nice to look at, don't get me wrong. She's a very, very pretty, gorgeous character, but we're always told that Peter Parker has the Parker luck, that he's a loser and he couldn't win if his life depended on it. He's always having bad luck. So how does somebody who has constant bad luck get married to an international supermodel / actress, whatever? So it never made any sense to me at all. But I mean, as Peter Parker's wife, I never cared for her, but as a backup character, as a supporting character, I didn't mind her at all. So now Brand New Day has a cover price, $19.99. So really, at this point, we've already covered the cost of the box, and I still have 2 more trades to go. So right now, we're in profit zone right now, I guess you could say. So the next one is going to be War of the Realms Prelude. Now this one collects quite a bit. So you got, let's see if I can get this right here. All right, so you got collects Thor. Actually, this is printed pretty small. Thor 344, Thor God of Thunder, number 13 and 17. Mighty Thor from 2015, numbers 1 and 2, 13 and 14, and 22. And the material from God of Thunder, number 25. Mighty Thor 2015, number 4, and number 700. And Mighty Thor at the Gates of Valhalla. And there is just Walter Simonson, Jason Aaron, Steve Epting, just Ron Garney, and more. There's like a massive number of amount of talent on this book. But this is War of Realms, one of Marvel's more successful series, I guess. I don't remember two people complaining about it too much, so that's kind of cool. I didn't read it originally because I'm kind of burnt out on getting the events. But if I get them in a trade, I will check them out in trade. I have no interest in going through and doing as they come out, because Marvel has this habit of they'll say, here's the books here's the main title and here's your tie-ins. But then as the series goes on, as the event goes on, oh, here's another one shot. Oh, here's another miniseries. Here's another add-on. More money, more money, more money. I have no interest in that. But once it's done, if I get the trade, heck, I'll read the trade. And this has a cover price of $34.99. So this one book alone is the price of the Marvelous box plus. And I got one more to go. And it seems like every box I get from the Marvelous box, I get some new stuff. But there's always one at least one book that has classic Marvel stuff. And I love the classic Marvel stuff. I love the stuff from, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and like the first half of the 90s or so. And, this one is one I didn't even know this one existed. I'm super excited about checking this out. This is Avengers versus Fantastic Four. This is a nice, thick book. Cover price $34.99. This one collects, let's see here. If I can get, there we go. So we've got a Fantastic Four, the 1961 run, issues 25, 26, 150, 255, 256, annual number 19. And we've also got Avengers, the 1963 run, issues 127, 223, 301 through 303, and annual 14. Also, Avengers guest starring the Fantastic Four and the 2007 Mighty Avengers series, issues 25 and 26. And as you can imagine, there is just a plethora of talent in this book. So this one I'm really looking forward to reading. This one has a cover price of $34.99, which means that the total price for this box is $107.96. I paid $30 for it. Hell of a deal. So those are the books that I got in this edition, this installment, this delivery, or whatever you want to call it, of the Marvelous box. So it is something that if you're a Marvel fan and you just want to sort of expand your collection, your reading library of the Marvelous box, if you want to be able to have trades that you can use, hand out to people, just kind of trade them out or whatever it is you want to do with them, and share the Marvel love, share the comic book love, the Marvelous box is definitely something you want to check out. Like I said, I've been doing it for years. At least 5-6 years I've been doing this, and I've enjoyed every single box. So it's been great for me. I've been able to expand my collection, and I've even kind of been thinking about some of the ones that I have in the trade. I could probably get rid of the individual comic books because they're taking up space, and if I have the trade, why have them both? There's certain ones I want to have them both because I love the covers, but there's other ones that I'm like, well, if I've got the trade, I can get rid of that. Like Rocket Raccoon. I had the first 3 issues of Rocket Raccoon's original miniseries. Couldn't find the 4th issue to save my life, but I got an Annihilation trade paperback that through the Marvelous box that had that miniseries in it. It's like, sweet, I've got it. I'm good to go. So I got rid of the miniseries. So in the description down below, I will have links to the Marvelous box website, where you can order it. If you're interested in it, you could do it on a quarterly basis, about $30 for a quarterly, or you can get it on a annual basis, about $100 or so, give or take, to do an annual thing. And it's, like I said, it's well worth it. I've enjoyed every single box. I've gotten books that I really never thought I'd have an interest in, wound up reading them, even stuff like X-Men. They send me X-Men stuff. I'm not an X-Men fan, but the books that I've gotten, I've read them, and they've actually been pretty good. So, can't really say much more than that, really. So that's the Marvelous box. So let's go through these one more time, all right? In reverse order, so I can pick them up off the little stool here. Avengers versus Fantastic Four. Nice, thick trade paperback there. And the other thing is these aren't trades from somebody's personal collection. I mean, if you can look at this, the spine is perfect. Corners are sharp. It's not a retired library edition. It's not from somebody's collection, so they're good books. They're definitely ones you want to have on your shelf. War of Realms Prelude. Looking forward to checking that out. It's got Jane Foster Thor in it. I've always kind of liked her version of Thor. So, Brand New Day, Amazing Spider-Man. Happy to have that. And last and certainly not least, the Mad Titan Thanos. First 6 issues. And I think I have these. But this means I could probably get rid of those individual issues and just have this. And I'm happy with that. So, again, $30. I got $107, basically $108 worth of trade paperbacks. There's only 4, but that's a hell of a difference in prices. So, the Marvelous box is definitely worth checking out. I put a link down in the description down below. So definitely check them out. Check out the M6P. I'll actually link to their YouTube channel as well. They do some really cool stuff when they're able to. When these guys are able to get together, they do some really neat sort of roundtables to talk about the MCU, the What If series, Winter Soldier, or the Falcon, Captain America thing. They talk about the stuff that I don't talk about here because I'm more comic books than I am the MCU. I really couldn't care less about the MCU, but these guys are real good talking about it. Anytime I have a question, that's where I'll go. watch those videos just to kind of get an idea of what's going on in the MCU, because sometimes you have to know what's going on in the MCU to understand what's going on in the comic books these days. But that's it. Links in the description below. Check them out. Great selection of books every time, and you never get duplicates. Well worth checking out. So again, thanks for checking out this video. If you like what I'm doing, of course, click that like button. If you're a fan of Marvel Trades, click that like button. If you're a fellow subscriber of the M6P Marvelous Box, click that like button. Go ahead, slap that subscription or that subscribe button. Go ahead, tickle that notification button, and I'll see everybody on Monday with my mini Monday review. Have a great rest of your weekend.